Well, market research is essential for the success of any business. That's according to the experts, whether it be finding out extensive information on increasing understanding within a certain area of business, or the drivers that trigger sales and the groups in society most likely to become future customers. Well, our guest today on the program heads a company that specializes in marketing research, media research, syndicated research, and developing a knowledge base. Sami Rafour is founder and general manager of the Pan-Arab Research Center. Welcome along to Inside Business.
Thank you, Craig.
So just briefly, I mean, how did you get into this kind of business? When did it all start?
It started back in 1969, and it was about computing science. And you discover very quickly that computing sciences at the time, with limited access to computers as they were available, drove you directly into a research world. And research can be of two kinds. The precise research, that means laboratories and experimental sciences and so on, or it can be the consumer research, the social research, the psychological research, and the whole avenue of human research-related topics. So it takes you into opinion polling, consumer marketing research, communication research, advertising research, media research, broadcast research, publishing research, you name it. It's an unlimited field. And for those who dream about the power of the mind to create, innovate, invent, and explore, research is the domain of the future.
Now, what's been the most interesting findings of your research, would you say, in the last year or two?
They belong to the domain of the research. For example, you walk into the stores, a retail store today, and you stare at what people are putting inside their bags. You start wondering, how on earth are they buying these goods? Why this selection of brands? Why this shape? Why this size? Why this amount? Etc. It gives you the curiosity to try to learn more. It is the same urge of knowledge that a manufacturer needs, a trader needs, to understand how he can get first his product inside the bag. And the more the purses are getting tighter, the higher the desire for learning and to book the first chance to be in the bag before anything else.
What do you say, though, to people who criticize research and research companies, saying, well, it depends who's paying for the research, and it also, everyone can say that they're number one in the market?
Well, this number one business, nobody likes to be number two, number three, number four. But I can assure you that there are number two, three, and four who are full of smiles and prosperity and are very happy to be the number two, number three, even number 10. But that's not the issue. It's not rubbing noses. It is more about the responsibility of being at the top. You've got to play by principles of congruence that are very hard to maintain. And you've got to have corporate social responsibility towards the consumer, your environment, and a lot of other things. It's not only to snipe at a result that you don't like, to say, oh, yeah, well, this is not what corresponds to my position, I ought to be higher. No. There are many disciplines of different kinds of research that cross-reference and cross-examine the ranking.
One area you mentioned was that print media was going to be continue to be the leader in attracting money spent on advertising in the UAE. I mean, this will come to a surprise to many people who think that internet is definitely going to be leading the way quite soon.
The reason why the print media will continue to grow in terms of advertising spend is the fact that the media has got a large, well-established readership. And more of it is going to continue to grow because of the immigration of the affluence of people into the area and the actual high growth of the indigenous population in many of these countries.
We're seeing that some publications could go out of business because of the current global credit crisis. From your research here in the UAE, what impact is this crisis going to have across the board, not just in TV and media?
Well, look, if there were any vehicles by vehicles, I mean across all media, that had, where the vision laid by the owner wasn't clear enough or good enough, and the vehicle was ailing before the crisis. The crisis has only exacerbated the situation and dried up the income, the means of fueling the operation, and therefore could cause either a shrinkage or a closure of that unit. However, the prosperous ones, or those whom you could say are in well-organized manner, will continue to function and should not really be affected very severely.
Samuel Riffle from the Pan Arab Research Centre, thank you very much for coming in today. It's been very interesting.
My pleasure.
Thanks a lot. Well, there we are. That's it for this edition of Inside Business. You can contact the programme by writing to ib@city7tv.com. For now, from all of us on the programme, for now, goodbye. Thanks for watching.